is going to continue to not live within its means, that it's going to continue to expand the money supply, going to continue to be involved in quantitative easing, which is purchasing our own debt. If you think that's going to continue as I do, then I think gold and silver is going to continue to be a good investment. However, I highly recommend you do your own research and your own due diligence. In fact, I want to help you do that. That's why I'm going to give you a phone number now, and you can call Swiss America, a company we've been working with for many years. Many of my friends have worked with them. I've been working with them for many years as well. Know many of their employees, including their owner, Craig Smith, quite well. And I'm going to give you a free, toll-free number right now where you can call and get a free CD, free DVD, and a free report to do all your own due diligence. The number is 1-877-864-1072. That's 1-877-864-1072. There's no obligation, no arm twisting. Just call them up and say, hey, here's my name and my address. Send me, please, the free DVD and the free report so I can do my own due diligence on purchasing gold and or silver. And then I'd encourage you to get out a piece of paper, write down all your questions, and then call back and talk to my friend Wes Peters. Wes will answer all your questions. And when you've had all your questions answered, when you've done all your due diligence, then you can pull the trigger and purchase gold and silver. But this is the way for you to start, by doing your own homework, getting the free DVD and the free report. 1-877-864-1072. 1-877-864-1072. No obligation, so there's nothing to lose to call to get this DVD and free report today. 1-877-864-1072. Or you go to worldviewtimes.com and click on the banner for Swiss America and order it right online. That's just worldviewtimes.com and click on the banner for Swiss America. Or call toll-free 1-877-864-1072. I'm pleased to announce the launch of the Worldview Weekend Online Academy. The Worldview Weekend Online Academy is over 85 hours of biblical worldview training for students or adults. Now, this Worldview Weekend Online Academy is completely different from our online Teacher Training Institute. The Teacher Training Institute is for those who want to become an approved biblical worldview weekend instructor and receive the curriculum. This course, however, the Worldview Weekend Online Academy, is 85 hours of intense biblical worldview training for students or adults who want to have a more accurate biblical worldview. Some families cannot afford the $600 to $1,000 plus the cost of transportation that many of these worldview camps cost. But Worldview Weekend, which is committed to biblical worldview training for many people at a very reasonable price, has now launched the Worldview Weekend Online Academy. It's only $149. We even offer a family rate and a group rate that gets the tuition down as low as $75 a student. This is a wonderful course for not only a family, but for a homeschool co-op, Christian school, Sunday school classes. In fact, church youth groups, I believe, should send all their kids through this training. If you want to take it as an individual, you can do that as well. It's for students or adults. Full details, and you can demo the course at worldviewweekend.com/academy. worldviewweekend.com/academy. And worldviewweekend.com/academy. The Worldview Weekend Online Academy is now online. Welcome back. By the way, I want to say something a while ago. I knew there was something I wanted to say and I forgot what it was. When that Pastor Scott, was sitting there, and that lady called him up, and then he had the opportunity to speak and boldly called out her false teaching. It isn't that he doesn't believe God doesn't do miracles today. The issue is this belief that you have to see a miracle, in the sense that you have to be healed. And what's very interesting is Pastor Scott told me as he was talking to someone there in the community who wanted to meet with him and tell him why he was wrong. As they were sitting at a Panera Bread talking, and Scott was sharing the scriptures with him on this issue, a gentleman walked over who has had incredible illnesses and said hi to Pastor Scott. Pastor Scott said hi back to him, and they began to talk, and he invited that man into the conversation to share how the Lord had used his illnesses, these trials, for his honor, his glory. And the man shared a wonderful testimony of how, oh yes, I don't like this. This isn't easy to go through, but let me tell you how the Lord has used my sickness, my illness, my health struggles for the gospel. And the man, isn't the Lord wonderful? How that was a providential meeting, I believe, by God's sovereign will. And the man had 10 pages of notes to tell Pastor Scott why he was wrong. And the man listened to that and then heard some scripture. And a transformation took place in his thinking, and then he wanted to get more information to help people understand what he came to understand. So that's just another good story I wanted to share with you, to encourage you. And again, it's not that we don't believe God can't do miracles and doesn't do miracles. He does. The fact that someone can come to Christ is a miracle in itself. And God does choose to heal some people. But what Scott was trying to say at that meeting is this idea that you have to come to this woman, that she has this gift of healing. You have to come to her to get it. And that somehow everyone gets healed. Or that, as Benny Hinn says, signs and wonders and the gospel go hand in hand. That the gospel's an empty shell without signs and wonders. That's false. The gospel in itself is a miracle. The saving power of the gospel in itself is a miracle. So I want to clarify, it's not that Pastor Scott or I or anyone that talks about this issue is opposed to miracles, or that God doesn't do miracles. We're saying